Hey, thanks for joining me for a poolside chat. You know, Jimmy Johnson, the four-time Super Bowl winning coach and Hall of Fame coach for the Dallas Cowboys, said a coach's job is to help people perform at a higher level than they can by themselves. Well, I'm Rocky the Grown, President, CEO, Sales Development Expert. We're hosting a sales management, sales leadership, best practices series of workshops this fall. I wanted to invite you to take a look at a little bit of our material, our best practices, some of the things that we will help sales managers with. It's a tough job being a sales manager, and coaching should be one of the primary focuses, helping others get better than they can by themselves. We'll teach you a coaching system, a coaching process that will absolutely cause your salespeople to grow every single coaching session. We ask companies and sales managers all the time, how often do you do coaching? And the answer is all the time. But in reality, it's not coaching unless there's a lesson and an action plan followed up from that coaching. So we'll teach you that. We're going to get into some accountability, right? We can't hold people accountable unless they know what they're being held accountable to. And one of the big challenges that we find sales managers face is, what is the data? What are the numbers? What are the daily fundamentals? What are the things that we need to hold people accountable to? But we can't just start with, okay, let's go from here to here. We've got to slowly ratchet those behaviors up. We've got to have systems and processes in place that make holding people accountable easy. We've got to have rewards. We've got to have consequences, because without rewards and consequences, there is no accountability. We're also going to talk about talent management. One of the biggest challenges with sales managers is, how do we keep our people growing and move them to the next level, whether that's with our company or somebody else's. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but as leaders, our job is to help our people get what they want, not what we want. And we got to help them want to get what we want by getting what they want. And I know that's a mouthful, but that is a big part of best practices of growing championship sales teams. When you think about growing the team, making every person a little bit stronger, a little bit better, a little bit more effective every single day, every single week, that's what builds world-class teams. And then, of course, we've got to talk about motivation. In a perfect world, all salespeople are motivated. All sales managers are motivated, but this ain't a perfect world and we ain't perfect people. So in reality, when you think about motivation, it's always the carrot or the whip. And when you have a whip, you got to get a bigger whip. When you get a carrot, you got to get a bigger carrot or an apple or something sweeter. And that's all just mumbo jumbo. None of that's reality. The reality is that sales are going to go up and they're going to go down, and we're going to have these peaks and valleys. And the idea is to keep the valleys a little bit higher and the peaks a little bit higher, and to be able to know when to pull the right lever, push the right button, and create more action with your salespeople individually. You can't motivate an entire team at once. You can inspire, you can encourage, you can hold their hand. And to be a sales manager, sometimes you have to be that 800-pound gorilla sitting on their shoulder. Sometimes you have to be the psychologist listening. Sometimes you have to be mom or dad or confidant. And knowing when to do what is what makes that magic. So I hope you'll check out our sales management best practices program coming up in the fall. We'll be giving you a few more snippets here and there as we move along towards and through September. Happy Labor Day, everyone. If you have any questions, just click on the links below. We'll be happy to take your call and answer questions. One question you might have is, who is this for? Well, this would be for managers with less than 5 years experience, managers who are taking on bigger teams than they've had in the past, managers who may have become complacent and want to up your game. We'd be happy to talk to you. Have a great day. Good selling. Rocky the Grown, your sales development expert.